ThinkCapital just breached my account. That's right, they just breached it. Yeah, and anyway, it was my fault. So I wanted to make that and clear the air. Now, the main problem is, and this is why trading multiple challenge is frustrating, is because this account is actually a 4% a daily loss. Oh my God, it's so frustrating. Do you know why? This was a phase 2 account. And not only was it phase 2, I was actually up 3%. And when I was up 3%, it was just so frustrating. I am head banging right now. So here is the account, which you can see is at 95,397. And then opened up a ticket which was basically asking them like, hey, I didn't even actually hit the drawdown. And then they said, yeah, it's actually the daily loss, which we can see on the website. It actually does say 4%, which is so frustrating. The main thing I wanted to talk about and what I wanted to talk to you guys about in today's video is managing multiple accounts. And of course, the title was ThinkCapital obviously breached my account. However, that is all on me. So guys, just want to quickly say, if you do want to get your ThinkCapital account 15% off with the code WChampFX in capitals, WChampFX, and go and grab them right now. Let's get back to the video. One thing I have done is I've really enjoyed trading with them. They've got MT5, which is awesome, and a lot of these broker back firms have MT5, so I'm going to actually maybe try every single one of them, but I'm definitely going to get more allocation. And the allocation I have, I've got Funded Next, I've got 5%, I've got FTM, I've got so many of them. ThinkCapital has been quite good. The execution is quite good. The only two cons that I found so far is number one, the leverage, and the customer support. These are two things I'm not enjoying. The customer support, to be honest, they're fast. I can't really, hate on it, but I just feel like they just get to you. And maybe that's because I'm so onto customer support with other firms like ThinkCapital, but they just give you an answer and then it's like, fuck off. As opposed to, trying to help you understand it so you don't make a mistake again, just going above the extra mile. And at the end of the day, this is the number one thing I say is customer support. You go to them is because that's when you have a problem, right? So when you have a problem, that's when you need them. So the frustrating thing is I was actually trading quite well, and I wouldn't say I would have passed because I was trading really, really well. But the problem is I was just copy trading it and then ended up breaching the account because I was focusing on a 5% as opposed to a 4%. I definitely should have dropped the risk. And the main lesson to learn is to drop the risk on phase 2, then drop the risk on funded again. So that's the new lesson I've got is phase 1, trade it the way it is. Phase 2, drop. Phase funded, drop even more. That's something new that I'm going to take on. I used to trade phase 1 or phase 2 very similar, maybe even aggressive on phase 2, and then trade funded, very, very semi-conservative. But I think this is the better route this year. It's just to get the funding and try and keep the funding as long as possible. Whereas before I used to trade it 1%, get whatever it is, and then just move on to accounts and rotate them. But I think that it makes more sense just to secure a lower amount. And it goes back to the fundamentals of my trading. Small compounded wins help you. Now, breaching the account is normal in trading. Breaching the account is where you learn. And I want to take this final section of this video to really go through, number one, some pros, and number two, on how you can develop as a trader and some motivation. So the pros I will say is that ThinkCapital is probably one of the better broker back firms. Now, the one thing is I want to make sure I can get a payout first. Once I've got a payout, then that will solidify everything. But not only the payout, I want to see how they respond to my trading style, if they're going to implement any rules, whatever it may be. But to be honest, like I said, it's been very clean. The process has been clean. I'm very confident trading with them so far as well because they were supplying pretty much all the MT5s to the rest of the industry at one point. So they kind of know what they're doing and they're already trading, and their conditions in MT5 is clean. The leverage is a little bit lower than I like, but it is what it is, and it's not the end of the world. I just reduced the risk, which is kind of something I need to do anyway. Then the final thing I want to say to you from trader to trader is that breaching the account is a stepping stone. You can spend $10,000 on, all your challenges, that whatever, and it comes back on just one payout. And I've done this time and time again. And I spend maybe even $7,000. Like last year, I spent $7,000 with my worst company, which was Funded Engineer. And in 2 payouts, I did 3K and 5K. It paid for it all back, and I got the refund. So it was actually $5,000 in total, $8,000, $3,000 net, and I got the funded account, and I would have actually continued getting more payouts if they didn't shut down. So the point of the matter of what this whole story is, and including the title of this video, is that yes, you might be breaching your account. Yes, it might be a struggle. Yes, it may be all of these things right now, but keep the vision in your head, keep working, because once you're at the goal, you just need to succeed once. Once you've tasted success, you know what it is. Guess what? This is the number one thing I say to my traders and my students when they've done it, is you've done it once, you can do it again. Now just do it again, compound it. Say you do $1,000 payout, cool, do it 10 more times, that's 10,000. Guess what? Do that 10,000 times is 100,000. Do it 10 more times, that is $1 million. That's right, it really compounds. So I hope this video was helpful for you guys. As much as the title was breaching, I really wanted to take this time to kind of share with you my lessons. So for example, I want to monitor the accounts a bit more. So I'm at 3%, 4%, and 5%. I take accountability for it. I want to drop the risk a bit more and focus on the end goal and then the motivation for you guys as well. So I have signed up with them as an affiliate, just signed up recently. So if you do want to get 15% off of your challenge, link in the description below is WChamp FX in capitals, very case sensitive, but you get 15% off. I wish I had that because I bought it at normal. But you can see me buying the challenge on Twitter. And yeah, hope you guys remember to like, share, and subscribe to the video. And we'll see you in the next one. Peace.